Yes, so I think we have seen the how to create the test cases, means manual test cases, and which are the different important steps or different uh, test case work states like in work, planned
Yeah,
or
I do
completed.
have some questions, but I can ask later once you will.
Yeah, yeah, no worries. Maybe if you want to ask now, you can ask. Else after
So,
completion. Yeah.
okay, yeah, you can start right now. I will ask after the completion.
Okay, no worries. So I think we have seen few of the test case creation through standard modules and few things and how to
Mm-hmm.
use it. But I think we have covered one section here for Tricentis Tosca standard modules. I think we have used till this basic window operations. After that, we're
Yeah.
supposed to start with this. Now for this, actually we need to start with any of the one website where we can start scanning the actual modules, and once we
Okay.
scan the actual modules we will see how we can set these buffers, how can delete the existing buffers, how to name any buffer, how to what is the partial buffer and what is the meaning of this normal buffer. So for that
Mm-hmm.
I think we need to scan one of the modules, and as a test case, as I already told you in last session, uh, any module is the first prerequisite for creating any test case. So standard modules are available, we will definitely make a use of that, but for
Mm-hmm.
making or learning use of this buffer operation, I think we need to scan one of the website or any one website which is
Okay.
for learning purpose. So what
Okay.
we will do
So
now?
actually, I
Yeah.
try to scan a website, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think the resolution or there's something,
Mm-hmm.
weird on my screen.
Okay.
Like, so I just wanted to show you, like,
Yeah, please show it.
okay, so
Let me stop my sharing.
Internet Explorer, okay, google.com. So,
Yeah, just share your screen.
uh, okay, can you see?
Yeah.
So, like, so these were your test cases
Mm-hmm.
that you have created, and
Mm-hmm.
just for the practice purpose, I create one, like, for Gmail, like, open
Mm-hmm.
the URL,
Mm-hmm.
this, and then wait,
Mm-hmm.
and then click on the Gmail link. So
Okay.
it means that it should click here, right? And it
Yeah.
should move to the next page, right?
Yes, yes.
So let me show you.
Mm-hmm.
So here I am, and I will just run it in Scratchbox. It shows it passed, but it doesn't go to that Gmail link.
Yeah, it means it's not clicking on that element,
Yeah, it's
but
not clicking on that element.
it's showing you as a
As is, yeah, it's clicked, I guess.
it has
I don't know
performed
what was it.
operation on Gmail. So just
Yeah. Oh, it actually failed.
yeah, let's see why it's failed. Just
More
more
than
than
one
one. Can you
matching
just
tag.
see? Is there any two Gmails?
Oh, okay.
Hmm. Now try again.
Okay.
And how is the situation in US now?
It's a really bad. I mean, you won't believe I haven't seen any other face other than my husband and my son from past 1 month. Like literally
But
no
how
one.
can this Trump yesterday have I was having off, so I have just seen few news. So I have seen one news that Trump is saying if many peoples are getting died, it's okay, but we need to start our means
Yeah,
Whatever.
that's the thing in like US, like people they only care about money. This country
It
is
doesn't
run
mean that,
for,
yeah. Means if you are
I
moving
know,
or if you are going on anywhere in the world, outside the world,
uh,
space, but if you
it
don't care about human being, what is the?
that's the thing about foreign, like, America especially. No one cares, like, they don't have that type of emotions what I have seen. They are okay, but they need money.
I think
So
I think in
it's
your
really,
browser again two things. Can you please
I,
close all?
yeah,
And I think
okay.
in IE is there anything open?
Okay, there is one thing. Let me close this also.
No. Okay.
Okay, and now it will open IE automatically, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so that's how it is, and people they still like him.
Not sure, but I don't think so. Next time
I'm telling
he
you
will be he get selected as a president. If he,
100% he will get selected because Americans are like this. They are like I can see people here. So they want the economy to be run. They want money. They don't care about anything else. So it's really bad here. It's extremely worse.
just take care about yourself.
Oh yeah, I'm telling you, right? I haven't seen any other person other than my husband and my son from past 1 month, and I don't let him go out as well. So
It's
we are
terrifying.
literally locked in our home.
It's terrifying. Just show me
Yeah.
that Tosca.
Okay.
Okay.
See,
Now, if
so
you see, just open this log. Click on this
uh,
arrow.
oh, okay.
Okay, it has a click. Now, just close it. Close the
Mm,
scratchbook window. Let me go to this. Open this. I just want to see what operation you have performed. Instead of this, can you please just provide X, capital X, instead of click?
okay.
Yes. Now just try to run this only. Click on Gmail.
Oh, okay.
If it's still not working, means while selecting or while scanning the module,
Oh, it clicked.
yeah, sometimes what happen, click operations doesn't work properly. So means now there is a two things. What happens when you have scan the modules,
Mm-hmm.
you have selected something for uniquely identification, but when you
Yeah.
are trying to click, what happens, the click operation,
Mm-hmm.
opening curly braces, then the syntax click and again closing curly braces. What is the meaning
Mm-hmm.
of this? It's a click like a user simulation, means it will hover your mouse on that link and then it will try to click. But
Mm-hmm.
the X operation that I told you to do, the X
Mm-hmm.
operation what does, it doesn't perform any user simulation. It internally click on that element, means what,
Oh, got it.
wherever your mouse cursor is there, it will not move your mouse cursor anywhere. It will directly keep the mouse cursor whatever position you have, and it will internally click on that element. So it doesn't matter
Okay.
whether that element is at the bottom of your screen or whether that element is
Okay.
hidden beside your top menu. So,
Okay, okay,
so
okay,
that's
got
why
it.
it's got clicked.
Okay, okay. Yeah, I'm just trying to simulate like I will sign in and to check
Yeah,
my
yeah, yeah,
email
yeah.
something.
Obviously, yeah, you can do
Yeah.
it.
Okay, okay. I will move forward. And I couldn't move after that. I tried to look
Maybe if
also.
you have pinged me or if you have taken snapshot of that SK sign,
Yeah,
just ping me. Maybe I will.
you would have told me.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. It's okay. Okay.
yeah. So let's do one thing. Just
Yeah. Stop
stop your
sharing.
sharing, and I will share my screen.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Welcome. Yeah. So here we are now. So what we will do now, as a basic step, we want to scan few modules. So what I will do, I will select one portal, that
Mm-hmm.
is what I can say.
The vehicle insurance
Yes,
or
yes, yes, yes. Vehicle insurance. The vehicle insurance.
okay.
Tosca vehicle insurance.
Let me send you the. I have the link.
No, I think it will come because I think there is only one application, sample
Yeah,
tricentennial.
this one. Yeah.
1 minute, let me close the door. Okay, now what we want to do? We want to perform operations on this screen. So here, if you see, here are four main menu options like automobile, truck, motorcycle, camper. And
Mm-hmm.
this is our Tricentis main logo of this page, and this is some version on which we are testing. So sometimes what happen while doing the testing, we need to verify these versions operations also. So if something is deployed and if as a automation testing, or if in next release suppose 1.1 and if your release 2.0 is going on, obviously then these versions or the versions release name should get updated, so that also we need to verify. So few things as an automation tester we need to verify or consider. So what we will do, we will scan these things, and also we need to buffer, and we need to see how we can buffer the few things. So on this section we will try to buffer, we try to verify, so that because buffer related things are very much important. Now in Tosca there are two three types of buffers. One is Tosca partial buffer that I told you, one is Tosca simple buffer, another is Tosca dynamic buffer, that is we can call as a XP buffer. So these three
Okay.
four types of buffers are very much important, and which is useful while doing the automation testing, while doing the testing with dynamic behavior. Means you don't need to pass the data again and again, you should create the values, you should store that values in some buffers, and you can pass that values on your test case designing again after performing some operation, storing new
Mm-hmm.
updated result in some buffers. So the buffer section is very much important. And I think
Okay.
we told you, right, for execution list buffer. So I have
Mm-hmm.
gone through that section, but we can't implement it here because what happens, I think in last section we have discussion on that. For a global buffer, for a global buffer actually we need to have that database created on your server side, and also for storing that database related side there is one custom module which we need to taken over from or purchased from the Tricentis. So after that only you can store. Now within your test cases, if you have seen, I think you told me you are using the global buffer. Maybe once you do any buffer operation in your test case in your actual project, maybe you
Mm-hmm.
can do one thing. You just see below to that buffer there will be another one module will be added, or at the end of your module test case there will be some module added which will store that buffer's value to the global execution list. Means when I
Okay.
have told you, I will share some document with you when I have seen my actual project where this thing,
Mm-hmm.
how these things get stored in global buffer, so that
Mm-hmm.
other users can also access it after taking update all. So I have seen there is one extra module which Tricentis have provided, and it's custom modules. What that modules do, whatever buffer names we specify within that module, the buffers
Mm-hmm.
names will get stored into the global execution list. Means in
Okay.
Tosca some execution global execution list db, so that whenever next time execution happens or any persons take update all, automatically all the buffers present in that db will get updated to each and every one system.
Okay. Okay.
So you just see in your project, and obviously I will tell you there will be some module or there will be some step added within your test case which will store your modules to the global
Okay.
list.
Okay.
Okay, so let's start now module capturing. So what I will do, I will just create one folder here named as percentage. Okay, I have named it. Now we will start the scanning. So if I right click, if you see here also I can see 2 3 options. This is for module creation. Hmm?
Mm-hmm.
Once I will go here, this two just ignore. This is a create module, but if you see icon of this module and icon of this module, it's different. What it's showing, it's showing just simple module. Hmm?
Okay.
But if you move here it's showing X module. Now what is
Mm-hmm.
difference between X module and module? So this module is nothing but the T box module, means whatever scan we perform, it we will scan through X engine of T box. And means the development or scanning that happens, or the elements that we scan using these elements, the scanning or at the back end, it will get scanned differently. But when we scan using this, it will scan differently. So first of all we will go with this, and maybe I will tell you how what is the difference within this X module, or when we
Okay.
can use it. So let's do this, and maybe I can click here also, it's fine. I can clear here, it's also fine. Another thing, if you see, here is one option, create mobile image based control. So currently
Mm-hmm.
we will not use this because we don't do the image based testing or mobile based testing, but
Yeah.
this we can do it. Create more image based control. Sometimes what happen, any image icon or the logo which doesn't get scanned properly, and just for regression or smoke test, for quickly testing, like or maybe exploratory testing, if element is not getting identified, we don't have that much of time to waste on that. So for
Mm-hmm.
unique means for shorter time of period, or for testing anything quickly, maybe we can use
Mm-hmm.
this. So here this option is says image based controls. How we can scan
Mm-hmm.
that also I will tell you.
Okay.
So what we will do first, I will just right click here and I will say scan. Now here we are having different option like application, API,
Mm-hmm.
mobile, PDF, host, more. Hmm? Now his more
Mm-hmm.
will be for legacy scan, means legacy scan mean nothing but the applications which are like, I can say mainframe, or some
Oh, okay.
Linux, for which we can. This host is also for same thing, for like scanning mainframe and all those things. Or like maybe we can say like any sessions we can.
Like Putty or something like
Yeah,
Unix.
yeah, putty Linux for like this.
Oh, okay, that is for host.
Yeah, and if
Okay.
we go with application, it will allow you to scan on your desktop application, like normally we do, like any web application, or any
Okay.
some Windows application which has some GUI.
Okay. Okay.
So let's scan. If you see, it's saying starting Xscan. Now at the
Mm-hmm.
back end, it's starting the Xscan engine of Tbox. And now what it will do, it will try to scan all the elements or screen present on our desktop. So here I will say Tricentis vehicle. Now if you see at the first step, the first window is in dark mode. Hmm?
Mm-hmm.
Means it is selected. Now if I select this window will be uh,
Yeah.
in
Selected. Yeah.
focus. Now here I will say scan. Okay. Now what we want to scan, first of all, that we need to what we need to scan, we need to scan this element so that we can buffer the version of this release, and also we can verify this text. Also how we can through XB buffer, how we can um, subtract or create different buffers with different names, like version name, how we can dynamically separate from the one string using buffer application, we can verify. Also these four menu options for which we want to create one thing. But what I will do, I will, for just for verification and for this time, I will add this part and this four menu part in one section, so that we
Okay.
can verify in one go. So
Okay.
before scanning, if you see the menu structure here, so
Mm-hmm.
these are different menu structure, like
Yeah.
basic, finish on screen, highlight on
Yeah.
screen, select on screen, identify. Within identify, there are many more properties, as I told you, like through
Mm-hmm.
image, through index, through anchor. Hmm? and this is one thing, that is filter. So if you see here, now currently only few elements are appearing here. Now if I
Mm-hmm.
morely zoom out it, what it will
Mm-hmm.
do, it will try to search in depth of these
Okay.
elements properties. If you now see,
Okay.
look, now it has again go in deeper, whatever elements, child elements present of that website, you can see now all the elements are coming here. If I
Yeah.
again go here, it will again divide or go in depth for this element.
Okay.
So means if you are not
Okay.
able to identify any element, maybe you can go in deeper side, and select any such element which should get uniquely identified.
Okay. Okay.
So here also filter, if you see within filter, if you want to select specific buttons only, now if you see here, now here
Mm.
all these things are selected. Now what I will do, I will unselect all, and if I just say button, and if I say
Mm-hmm.
okay, all the buttons present on your screen, only that elements will get filter out, and you can see here. If you just uncheck this, you are able to see, right? Or I'm
Yeah.
moving
Yeah.
closely.
So what is button? So search and what is
No,
button?
no, no button. Now if you see, whenever we have any website or application developed, there are three four types of common attributes present on the any website or any GUI application. When we develop, like button is nothing but where you click, or you say submit is nothing but one button.
Oh, okay.
Click
So there
on,
are like download trial also. It's one of the button, right?
no, no, what?
Or it's a link. Like on the website, when you click on the button
Mm-hmm.
in the scan, it shows only search button and button. Like,
No, no, but these are, I think these are not buttons. These are the links. That's why it's not
oh,
taking
yeah.
this as a button, because whenever you
Yeah.
see, suppose if you see this search button, okay,
Mm-hmm.
now it's disappeared. Let me select. If you see this search button, now for button, if you see, there should be properly one property says that it is a button. Now if you see,
Okay,
tag
tag.
name button, but
Okay.
if you now select any link, if you see,
Oh, okay.
suppose this is link, and if I say okay, now all the links
Okay.
present here. Now suppose
Yeah,
as
yeah,
you
yeah.
download trial, if you see,
Yeah, that's a link. Okay, got it.
so under tag name, if you see, it is a means anchor. Anchor is nothing but the anchor is used for the link.
Okay, okay.
Similarly, different means whenever you scan, if you want
Mm-hmm.
to identify, or I think it's good practice to make
Mm-hmm.
how different elements get scanned, and when we scan any link, or when we scan any button, or when we scan any drop down, or any
Mm-hmm.
radio button, checkbox button, if you want to learn what are the default properties that Tosca gets selects when we
Mm-hmm.
try to scan, because this is very much important. And sometimes if you go outside for any interviews and anything, so there should be one question maybe you face when you select any link on the portal or application while scanning, what is the
Mm-hmm.
tag value for that element. So you should
Oh,
know,
okay.
like anchor tag, when you scan any button, what will be the tag value for that
Button.
button.
Okay,
So
got
means
it.
these are the
Okay.
some things through which they get to know how much person knows, or whether that person has done module scanning on his way or not. So means,
Okay, got it.
so for identifying, this is my way to scan any application, or to identify
Mm-hmm.
any elements. First of all, whenever I open any application, I don't directly scan it. I just try
Mm-hmm.
to select elements, and first of all I try how many buttons available, how many links available on the page, whether any element which I'm trying to select, or scanning to select, whether that is a button or link. Because internally I don't know first at the first point,
Yeah,
because it's appear like button, sometimes
but
some
it
elements
might be a
appear
link.
like image, but inside that image also there should be some link. When we try to click
Yeah,
on any link, some links get open. So just try to
better to
identify
use
the elements.
filter.
Yeah,
Okay.
now you suppose, now if you see, uh, if I select text box, now I think there should be one text box for that search option, right?
Yeah,
If I select, now see,
yeah.
search for
Okay,
support.
got it.
So means, just we need to clarify all those things. And if you want to scan specific elements, Now sometimes what
Mhm.
happens, if you see, um, on a Tricentis Tosca there is one section where daily or automatically some exams or questions gets come for getting you as a good automation tester. So what happens, if you click on that links, they just ask you few questions and they assigns you some assignment. Just do these things and try to create a random number of 10 digits. So you have, I think, 5 or 10 seconds. Within 5 or 10 seconds you have to uh, type that syntax and just pray on done. So automatically that your expression will get validated. So like this one website is there, I think. Maybe I will tell you tomorrow, or
Yeah,
maybe I will ping you, through which also you can expertise. Sometimes you get questions. Suppose this is the URL, and click on this URL and identify all the buttons and on this page, and enter the count of all the buttons. Now if you try to scan it, you will right click, you will scan, then you will try to identify. Instead of that, this is the one option, or maybe
yeah,
your besties or your practice will make you comfortable like this way. You
yeah,
directly go in filter section, you just select this filter option, you just select button, click on OK. You will see how many elements are present. You 10, just enter 10 count and just say OK.
right, right.
So this
Okay.
will make you more practice and more comfortable. Or
Yeah, yeah.
so what I will do now, I will select, suppose this button, maybe link. I will not select all because we don't know, don't need all. Say okay. So
Mhm.
automatically these things will come. Now this
Okay.
is for search. If you want to search specific element, maybe how you can search, or what we can do. I will close and I will try to scan it again. Scanning any module is a very much
Mhm.
important thing. You just try it on more way. Maybe I will say, if you try for 2 or 3 days practice on this module also, na, it will be fine,
Yeah.
because there are many things. And I have seen in my last 7 years, uh, mm, within a team, because what happens, team members or Tosca teams assign specific peoples for just only for scanning module or updating
Oh,
module.
okay.
Why? Because if your module doesn't get scanned properly, your test cases will not work. And
Mhm.
uh, within a team, I think within a Tosca team, I have, in my 7 years I have seen, suppose if you are having 10 people spin, only 2 or 3 people will have access of scanning module. So if you are good in module scanning, it's very appreciable for you, and you will get the
Oh,
task
okay.
assigned to you. Because if everyone is started scanning the modules in our workspace, there will be duplicacy. Because if all people will start scanning module, they will not know, they will start to scan individual module scanning, and it will
Yeah.
duplicate the modules count. So always in project, what happens, only few 2 or 3 people will have access, and they need to verify whether any specific module is present in their module repository. If they have
Okay.
present, if any element is not present, they have to scan it within that module,
Mhm.
so that no new module will get created, and no your workspace load will not, or size will not get increased. So
Okay. Okay.
this is also important. So take advantage, try to get expertise in module.
Okay. Okay.
So now here what I will do, we are here. Now suppose we want to see search. Suppose now we want to search any element, and suppose this automobile. If I try to search on automobile, let's see what happens.
Okay.
Now if you see, it's getting identified.
Yeah.
Now if you see on screen, there are two automobiles. Why two automobiles? One at top, one at bottom. Now if you see here, at the bottom also they have similar type of link, I think. Now if you see here, automobile, so this is also one link. Now if you don't
Oh, okay.
scan it uniquely, obviously it will
Yeah. Confuse
confuse,
which
and it will get,
automobile.
yeah, on whether on bottom or at a on top.
Yeah.
So while scanning anything, it's always good If we have only 3 4 option needs to be scanned, just try to search it. If we have any
Mhm.
duplicacy, you will at the start only you will get to know whether we have any duplicacy or not, or according to that you will start, or you will provide the naming convention. Sometimes what happen, naming functionality at the bottom level of the menu or functionality at the top level of menu, it's complete difference. So we have some
Mhm.
different options at for the bottom menu, or we have some different options at top menu. So while giving the module name, it's always good to give name like top menu, bottom menu, if we
Oh,
have
okay.
differences. So before scanning also we should know, or we should always try to click on that automobile. What will happen when you click on top menu, when we
Okay.
click on bottom menu, is there any difference? Or if same thing is happening, then maybe you can create one menu option only for handling both the things.
Okay. Okay.
So this is the one thing through which you can search. And if you see next, I think it will navigate you to the next automobile thing,
Mhm. Okay.
like we do in Excel.
Okay. Okay.
So
Got it.
just clear it. So like a preview content, now show preview content is nothing but for if you have any table within your module, it will show you the table preview. Suppose let me tell you or show you that also. We will scan this after some time. I will open one website here. You can practice on this website also, huh? Demo
Yeah.
website is good. Here I think we have options to add elements in cart. Here you have options
I want
to,
to understand that anchor and
yeah, by
but we'll
one
do it
by one
later,
we
right?
will go. Just
Yeah,
try
yeah,
to
yeah.
scan first of all how you can identify elements
Yeah.
uniquely. Then if we doesn't understand anchor, means if we don't
Mhm.
identify any element uniquely, how we can use make of
Yeah.
anchor. For you making use of anchor, we need to
Mhm.
make any element of its sub elements, its parent element as a searchable, and then we need to
Yeah.
drag that element on that parent element as
Right,
anchor.
right,
In
right.
that case it will consider. So we will go
Oh,
one by one.
yeah,
So
yeah. Okay.
now if you see this shopping cart, if I go here, now I just want to show you the
Mhm.
table preview option or the module preview section, how this will get useful.
Mhm.
Now if you see now, suppose this is the one table which I have selected, but I don't see what are the table or how it will appear on screen, right? Means which are his rows, which are his column. Here
Yeah.
it's only showing as a table. If I click
Table.
on show content preview, if you see it will show
Okay.
actual. Now what is this table? This table is nothing but this one,
Shipping
subtotal.
tag. Oh, okay.
If you see here below, subtotal, shipping, tax, total. Now this
Total.
table is for this one. Now here also if I go and if I want to see this table, so
Mm-hmm.
here if I go upside and if I click here, now you will see here.
Okay. Remove products, price,
Yeah,
quantity,
means
total.
actual preview of your table how it will look like.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
So here also we are having header and column. What is the difference between these? While doing the
Okay.
I'm sorry, while doing the
Bless you.
scanning, we will see how this gets deeper when we select this, what impact will happen. hmm?
Mhm.
Why this is important. So for this we will have a separate session, but for this element show preview element, what is the different? If you again click on this,
Okay.
it will hide it, but it's
Okay.
always
Okay.
good to see what is the different and what you are going to see. And if
Yeah.
you want to
Okay.
close your scanning, maybe you can do here like close.
Yeah.
It will not store anything.
Okay.
So like
Okay.
this, these are the different options at high level. So now we will start with scanning for at least for this module, and see
Mm-hmm.
how these things work. Okay. Now what I will do, I will start to select this element. Now I know which are the element I need to select, right? So this is the one
Okay.
Tricentis vehicle application version which I want to scan, because I need to verify, and also I need to store, or while doing the automated testing, I need to buffer value of this element on the screen, like vehicle insurance application, and this is sample application version. And we
Okay.
want to verify only this version name, whether that version
Okay.
name is version 1.0. So before
So that
scanning,
is just one link, right?
yeah,
The name,
yeah, yeah,
vehicle insurance application, and down also whatever it. So it's
yeah.
just one link, right?
Yeah, one
Yeah.
link, one link. But if you want to,
Okay.
separately scan it, because it's appearing now, what happens whenever application got developed, each and every,
Mhm.
now obviously it's showing as a one link, but if you see, these are separated at two lines. Now if you want
Yeah.
to see, if I just filter out it
Oh, if you
properly,
okay. Mhm.
here we can see there are two different tags for two different things. Now this is the one thing here, both the things are appearing properly, like version name and, but if you want to
Yeah.
separately want to see it,
Oh,
it's
okay.
also
H1
present.
and small.
Yeah, yeah, here it's showing only vehicle insurance application, but if you go here, it will show you this is a sample version application.
Okay.
So,
Okay. Okay.
so as per our need, if we don't want to verify all those things, that upper tag, this is a vehicle application and whatever things. And if we want to just only verify these things, obviously we can
Mm-hmm.
just take these also, like this one.
Okay, got it. Small. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
and we can verify. Instead of that, we can also take this also, because here if you
Yeah.
see, but here inside this application text, we don't have this version information maintained. Here it's only showing as a in under inner text or any text, it's not showing that version elements details. It's only have information only with vehicle insurance application name. Here
Okay.
also if you see, here also we don't have that. What is
Yeah.
important for us, we want to verify this value of
Version
that
1.
version. Here also if you
Mm-hmm.
go, we don't have that information available, because
Yeah.
if next times version will get updated, here I can do one thing, I can just verify it, but for verification also I need to verify it with something, right, which is at the back end.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously we need
Yeah.
to select such elements so that we can verify. So that's why what I have selected, I have selected this child element with specific values, because sometimes if it is get updated, uh, I will just verify this. Now if you see here, I have not selected any element like this. This is a sample version application. If I select this for uniqueness,
Mm-hmm.
and if I try to verify it next time when version will get upgraded to 2.0,
Mm-hmm.
these steps will get fail. Why? Because I am scanning such elements which are going to update dynamically. Means this
Okay.
value of this element version 1.0.1, if it
Mm-hmm.
gets upgraded, and if I select this inner text value for the uniqueness, then it will not allow. So in that case, what I need to do, In that case, I need to make it as a star.
Okay.
Then only I can select, but no need to do it, because with id and with the tag name it's getting uniquely identified. So I don't need to select these elements. So what I will do, I will just use it for only for internal verification. Through inner text I will verify the version of these elements, and whether it is 1.1 or whether it is 2.0, or we can verify. Are you
So,
getting?
currently it is already uniquely identified, right? We are not doing anything to make it unique.
Yeah, so here with id and this tag name it's uniquely identified. Now if this, suppose this, if I remove this id, now it's showing as a, it is not uniquely identified in some
Mhm.
case. If id doesn't work, hmm? So what I
What is
will do,
ID?
id is nothing but, now if you see, like this class name id, inner text, outer
These are just
html. So all
HTML
these, yeah,
properties.
these are all html properties which every elements have. Means if you have
Okay, okay,
text
okay.
box, obviously you have one field for with the text field. If you have any
Mm-hmm.
drop down, you will have that drop down field with select option. So under
Okay,
select you will have different options which will be available inside the drop down. So like
okay,
this, each element with its behavior, like if it is a drop down, whatever elements will have its values with select element, with select property,
mm-hmm.
you need to specify which are the element you should or under the drop down should appear. If you have any radio box, you should have options to select or deselect or check or uncheck
Okay,
the check boxes.
okay.
So like
So
this.
we can select anything, right? We can select class name also. If you click on class name and if it
Yeah,
is says it is uniquely identified, then also it's fine.
yeah, it's fine, but you need to make
Okay.
sure with this class name there should not be any duplicacy. So what happens while scanning first time, it's okay, but at the bottom level or the same level, if you try to select elements, sometimes what happen, we need to verify until when we scan complete module, we need to verify whether all elements are uniquely identifiable. Because
Yeah, yeah.
at this time you have selected class name as a description, it will say.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes if again you select anything which has having same class name, sometimes there
Oh,
should be some discrepancy will appear, and your any of the one element will say it's not uniquely identifiable. So in that
okay,
case you need to select different elements. So now here
okay,
another thing is like xpath. So you can do select xpath also, because xpath will always be unique, it will not get differ, it will always
okay,
be unique,
okay,
because it's like step by step I can say navigation of that element, like id, within id, which type of id, which number of id. So you can
okay.
like, but right now it's not required, so it will appear. And here also if you see, we are having different properties, like whether that element is enabled. Now what is mean by enable, sometimes we need to verify before clicking on any radio box or checkbox whether that
Mm-hmm.
element is enabled or not. Sometimes what happens, as a automation testing or requirement, we have told to select one checkbox with name, like what type of games you like. And suppose we have selected for Virat Kohli, and Virat Kohli likes cricket. Sometimes while
Mm-hmm.
giving next verification or next time while running same test case, now this test case will have, we have already put one step, right, to select checkbox. Again if we
Mm-hmm.
run it, obviously that checkbox will be in selected mode. If you try to
Mm-hmm.
again select it, what it will do, the selected element like cricket, it will try to click on that, and it will uncheck that value.
Okay,
Are you
yeah.
getting? So before
Yeah,
doing
yeah,
that,
yeah.
we need to put some verification whether that element is
Okay. Enable or disable. Oh,
unable or
got it.
disable, whether that element is checked or unchecked. So like this,
Mm-hmm.
so this element or properties, values of these elements you need to understand. And what you need to do while you start scanning at your end, you need to
Mm-hmm.
see what type of different values available while scanning. Because while doing the verification or while putting the verification at the time of doing the automation testing, this thing you don't need to understand, or you don't need to search on website how we can verify whether any element is enabled. So
Mhm.
quickly within your mind you should know that yes, in Tosca there is one property that is enable, so you should directly put dot enabled equal to true, verify. So if it is enable, obviously the value of that element will be true, so it will make you pass. If that element is
Okay.
false, it will value of that element will automatically get changed from true to false.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Okay, is terrible
Yeah.
is terrible is nothing but whether this element is terrible means whether we can handle it or not. So it's showing yes, we can handle it. Visible
Fine.
is visible equal to true. Visible equal to true is nothing but whether that element is appearable on the screen or not. So as it is
Okay.
true means it's appearable. Sometimes some elements are hidden beside some, or after clicking on some checkbox, after that only they will appear. So at that time,
Mhm.
if you don't click on that, and they will not appear. So at that time, before at the initial level, their property will be false, visible equal to false.
Okay.
So these are the different properties which are important here. I think if you click on load all properties, you will see more properties. But while doing the scanning at the initial level, we need to keep key very concentrated focus eyes on this element while scanning, because here we will see different values. Now if you see, when I click on load all properties, I can see too many properties which are coming, but these are not important for us. But for
Mhm.
every, now if you see, for every element there are thousands or two thousands of properties available which are very much
Mhm.
important. And they makes our object as a uniquely identifiable. Now if you
Okay.
see these, by default these properties are not available, but we have these properties available.
Okay.
So not all properties are important, but sometimes what happens in actual project, practical life or professional project,
Mhm.
obviously now these applications are secured and they have developed with giving proper money. So as per their
Mhm.
requirement, applications are created. So sometimes
Mhm.
some elements doesn't get steered, sometimes some element doesn't get properly handled due to security policies and all those things. So we need to consider these different values to identify or make these elements uniquely identifiable. Okay.
Mhm.
Now for
Okay.
one thing, as I have selected, now again what I will do, I will just remove this filter because I don't need these things. I have already selected one element which I need.
Mhm.
What I will do, I need to select these elements. And what happens whenever we get good practice,
Mhm.
we don't need to this make this filter out and all those things. Now if you
Yeah.
have scanned, I have worked on this application twicely, as I know how this, whether when these elements get uniquely identified. Now this automobile, if you see, I
This is
need,
already uniquely identified. Oh,
yeah,
because of the ID and tag.
yes,
Okay.
but if you see now here class name is empty, and this element
Mhm.
doesn't have class name. Okay, but tag name is anchor. Now as this is link, it's tag. Hmm?
Yeah.
But its ID, name is uniquely
Okay.
identifiable, offer automobile and tag,
Mhm.
because
Mhm.
all elements have different names, so it's uniquely
Okay.
identifiable. And here also if you see properties, enable equal to true, steerable equal to true,
Mhm.
visible equal to true, means if you see anything like, if you see enable equal to suppose false, and if you try
Uh-huh.
to select this, at that time only you should keep in your mind, or you should keep, or you should put one note on your notepad or something.
Mhm.
You need to test it once you scan this module, because if you see, if that element is enabled equal to saying as a false, and if you select,
Mhm.
if you identify it uniquely anyhow, but if that
Mhm.
property of that element is enabled equal to false, obviously any
Mhm.
operation will not work on that element because it's not enabled, it's disabled.
Okay.
So while scanning only, we get to know which element will work properly, which element will not work properly. Now suppose
Okay. Okay.
enabled equal to true is present, but visible equal to true is false, means that element is not appearing on screen. It's saying it's
Yeah.
false. Obviously, then there should be one point coming in your mind, or you sure your mind should throws one point
Mm.
in front of you, If it is element is not visible equal to true, how should it will
Mhm.
appear, how, or how should I handle it? So
Yeah,
once you scan this module, while doing scanning you should keep a note of these things. If
it should be
anything,
true.
yeah, if anything is different which is
Mm-hmm.
making your attention towards that element, that
Mm-hmm.
element once you scan you should test it before asking any third party person or third person within your team that yes man
Mm-hmm.
I have scanned the module, and you just test it. Because sometimes what happens, you just say, and when he tried to work on that, there will be another mail come from that person, no Manali, it's not working, that element is not
Okay.
getting cleared. So while scanning
Okay.
only, if we put good attention at that time
Yeah.
only, we should get to know these elements values or operation, what type of operation it's supposed to perform.
Okay. Okay. So these should be true, like enabled, and it should be visible also,
Yeah,
and steered also,
yes,
steerable also.
yes,
Okay. Okay. Got it.
motorcycle, no, all the
All are
elements
unique.
are uniquely identified. Now suppose we have scan it, right? Now what I will do, only for these things I will make it as a save.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If you see inside this module, there will be one directory or name called Tricentis Vehicle Insurance. Now, what I will
Mm-hmm.
do, I will say, I will just rename it because naming convention is very much important.
Okay.
Top menu, okay,
Okay.
okay. I have just
Mm-hmm.
given one name. We'll just drag this here. Now, if you see, this test case will come with all values are selected as empty. Now, what happens if your module have too many values, and if you want to see only selected values, here is one option under view, hide do nothing. So once you do this hide do nothing, you will
Mm-hmm.
see, if you have not performed any action on that module on or
Mm-hmm.
any attribute, it will not select any attribute.
Mm-hmm.
Only it will select attribute on which you have selected actions in your test case section. Now if I click on this, sometimes what happens when we start working on, now suppose on any module you have worked, and when you
Mm-hmm.
want to see what operations you have performed, when you
Mm-hmm.
open you will see there will be too many attributes present, and your single attribute presents at in between, and you need to drag to between, and then you need to search. So instead of doing that, if you select these things, only selected elements will appear. Uh, the
Okay.
non-selected elements on which you have not performed any operations, it will not appear. Sometimes
Mm-hmm.
what happen now, when we are at a learning phase, we don't know how these things happen. Somebody within our team person we are not able to see, or someone has just click on this, and
Mm-hmm.
we search a lot, यार हमने मॉड्यूल तो स्कैन प्रॉपरली किया है, एक भी एलिमेंट क्यों नहीं
Mm-hmm.
आ रहा है, लगता है टोस्का में कुछ इशू हुआ है।
Oh, अच्छा.
तो
Okay. Got
हमने
it.
हमने सीनियर्स को रिपोर्ट किया मेल
Oh,
डाल
is
के,
it?
अरे सर ये कुछ दिख ही नहीं रहा है इसके अंदर, हमने बहुत स्कैन किया, और वो आया बंदा और उसने सिर्फ यहाँ
Mm-hmm.
पे क्लिक किया और ऑटोमेटिकली सब दिख रहा
Oh, okay.
हमें लगा अभी कुछ इशू हुआ है, आज छुट्टी मिलेगी, हमें काम करने को नहीं मिलेगा, तो कुछ तो इशू हुआ है इसलिए शायद कहीं पे कुछ नहीं दिख रहा। और कैसे होता था, जैसे इस पे क्लिक करते थे ना, तो मतलब
Mm-hmm.
जितने भी एलिमेंट्स पे हमने कुछ ऑपरेशन नहीं
Oh,
किया है वो सब एलिमेंट्स हाइड हो जाते थे।
okay, okay, okay,
So this is also one setting you should keep in mind, if you want
okay.
to hide any elements or attributes on which you have not performed any operations, and they are unwanted or not required in within your test case, so they should not
Mm-hmm.
appear. Then click on this show do nothing, so automatically
Okay,
these values will get hidden.
okay.
We will come here. Now what we want to do one thing, now these elements we have scanned, now at this
Mm-hmm.
level we want to buffer value of this link. Hmm?
Okay.
So how we can do it? Now
Mm-hmm.
let's see the use of this action mode buffer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
Yeah.
what I will do, I will click here, I will
Mm-hmm.
go here. Now if you see here, we are having by default 3 4 properties added by Tosca. that is
Mm-hmm.
inner text. So I will select inner text. Hmm?
Mm-hmm.
And now what I will say, I want to store the value of inner text in one buffer, that is my app. uh, I will give one name, like any name, my app version. Hmm?
Okay.
And I will just say here, and I will just, now if you see here, currently it's appearing like this, but once I will
Mhm.
select this as a buffer, automatically it will get changed. So what
Okay,
it
so
is,
the inner text, whatever is there in the inner text, it will saved into your buffer named my app version.
yes, okay, now
Okay.
this is one
Okay.
type of buffer. Now this is buffer. If I run this, let's see what happens. Okay, now it's failed. Why it's failed, we need to see it. Why it's saying could not register. Let me see that service is running. Is there any update or call from this training consultancy team?
Yeah, they were asked. I didn't reply. I literally ignore. I can
Okay.
reply something if you want.
No, no, no,
But
not
I'm
not an
going to
issue.
join.
But at least it's as a, if you see, as a professional manner, we should reply something. Either
Yeah,
you
I was thinking
postponed.
about replying them that currently I'm not. I need some time or maybe
Mhm.
something like that.
Okay, maybe you can do, because it's a good practice to
Yeah, no, I definitely have to reply them in
at least say
future
something.
also.
Currently, her situation is something else,
Yeah, yeah, I
or
will just,
maybe
yeah.
because they will at least stop taking follow up or anything like that,
Yeah, I know.
because
Yeah, yeah, I will.
मुझे भी
Uh,
उनकी तरफ से कुछ आया नहीं अभी तक, तो maybe
oh,
I was
okay.
thinking they are just waiting
But
for
they
you.
told me that the batch has already started from Sunday.
Maybe for they
So,
have told for some another person, because this thing
oh,
people's
okay.
have too many batches, or maybe
Oh, got
for
it.
getting participants and from your side as soon as possible. Maybe they have told, because
Okay.
with me I think right now from Mind Magics no person is available. One person, Shruti, was available. So,
Mm-hmm.
but she is having some issue. Someone has expired in his family.
Oh,
So her her training is on hold. Let me
okay.
stop this and let me start this again.
Do you have to save it?
Yeah, I have just done save.
Yeah, it's really getting worse these days. So,
कहाँ से आया क्या पता है कोरोना.
हाँ, I
सब
mean,
सब लोगों
China
को
से आया
परेशान.
है।
हाँ, चाइना से आए, लेकिन इतना वर्स्ट सिचुएशन अभी तक कभी नहीं हुआ यार. मतलब कितने सारे
I've
लोग हैं वो.
never thought that something like this I will see in my life.
इतना मतलब दुनिया आगे बढ़ चुका है। लाइक अमेरिका के बारे में तो लोग बहुत सोचते हैं यार, मतलब इतना बड़ा कंट्री है।
एक्चुअली इंडिया में रह के ही दे फील दैट अमेरिका ऐसा है वैसा है, बट ट्रस्ट मी इट इज वर्ड्स। आई मीन आई विश कि मैं इंडिया में होती तो आई वुड फील मोर
अरे नहीं,
सेफ,
वो
टू बी
एक
वेरी ऑनेस्ट।
बंदा है, मतलब इस पे आता है देखो, जी न्यूज पे, तो वो वही बोल रहा था उस दिन कि सब लोगों का सपना रहता है कि न्यूयॉर्क में जाके कुछ दिन रहो।
फालतू है। फंस गए
लेकिन
हम यहाँ आके।
लेकिन अभी सिचुएशन ऐसा है कि वहां जो लोग गए वो बोल रहे हैं कि यार अपना कंट्री अच्छा है, एटलीस्ट हमारे बारे में सोच तो थे। यहाँ पे कोई किसी के बारे
हाँ,
में सोचता नहीं है, सिर्फ।
एग्जैक्टली। आई डोंट नो, आई मीन इफ दे विल ओपन, मेरी कंपनी ने बोल दिया है कि वी विल
हम्म,
नॉट ओपन एटलीस्ट फॉर फ्यू मंथ्स, so which is good. So I'm working from home and even my husband is working from home.
हम्म।
And I'm also pregnant and my due date is September.
ओके।
So my manager told me that, oh, you don't have to come till that time.
नो नो, इट्स
So
गुड।
yeah, so I'm lucky, and even my husband is lucky enough that they said that until unless you have another baby, you don't have to come to office.
सो दैट्स वेरी गुड, बिकॉज यहाँ पे तो एटलीस्ट
Yeah.
केयर होता है। जैसे अभी इंडिया में तुम देखो ना, हमारे इधर में जहाँ पे रहता हूँ वहाँ पे एक भी कोरोना पॉजिटिव नहीं है हमारे डिस्ट्रिक्ट में।
Oh, good, good, good.
लेकिन फिर भी जब से लॉकडाउन हुआ है ना, तब से एवरीथिंग इज लॉक।
Changed. Yeah.
दिस वाज कुड नॉट रजिस्टर एप्लीकेशन सर्विस कनेक्शन। I have already started that service automation, just automation service. Just wait, huh?
Mhm. Test. Oh, that is authentication.
Hmm. Setting, Tosca, setting. कॉल चालू।
Oh, the website is not opening on time also, right?
Hello.
Yes.
I think there is some issue. What I will do, I will check it my end, and maybe we will stop today here. I will just share this thing with you, a recording.
Okay.
You will also just try.
Okay.
I'm not sure why that service is not running, but for I
Okay.
think for
Okay.
buffering or module capture, at least on this page, you just try at your end, and
Sure.
maybe evening I have taken off. But if in evening, if possible, we will connect for at least half an hour or 1 hour.
Yeah, yeah, I'm okay
Maybe
with that.
I will tell you.
Uh, and on weekends also, I mean, whatever time, you know.
Yeah, on weekend at your things in like in early morning we will not connect like here at 7 a.m. for me.
Mhm.
Whatever morning time available for you, just tell me. Maybe we will connect in your morning time, so that
Okay.
in morning I will
Okay. So
also have some.
Saturday we can connect 8 a.m. if you are fine. So
Yeah, instead of 8 a.m. I think 8 a.m. is here at my 5:30 or 6:30. So
you want
instead of,
late?
yeah, we will connect sometime late, like maybe at 7 p.m. at IST. So there will be your some maybe.
IST to EST is 9:30. Yeah, that is fine with me.
Yeah,
9:30.
yeah.
Yeah, it's better.
So we will connect at that time.
Okay, okay, that sounds okay.
Okay. Then I will
Okay,
share
okay.
this recording with you,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and we'll
So
connect
I
in
can
evening if
try.
possible, or else
Okay,
tomorrow we'll let you know.
okay, okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Welcome.
Yep. Okay,
Bye bye.
bye. Bye.